Police officers confront a variety of violent and perilous criminals on a daily basis. However, what occurs when they are compelled to apprehend a member of their own family?
Eddie, why are you pushing me?
Caitlin, knock it off!
Meet Officer Kovac, a law enforcement officer who disapproved of his daughter's romantic involvement with Makai Coleman, an 18-year-old. Upon tracking his daughter's laptop to a residence, he noticed Makai's car passing by and made the decision to stop it.
You can get out. You're going to jail. Get out. Have a seat in my car. We'll make shit up as we go.
From the outset, it's evident that this isn't a typical police encounter. The phrase "we'll make it up as we go" is clearly unprofessional and somewhat frightening. Officer Kovac has a personal and emotional stake in this case, leading him to make an illegal traffic stop. Even if he had a legitimate reason to pull Makai over, he should have requested another officer to manage the stop. However, he chose to take matters into his own hands.
Any guns, knives, weed on you? What's that? Go ahead, get smart before I can do something to you even more.
The opening of the passenger side door indicates that there's another person in the car who turns out to be a friend of his daughter. However, his daughter is still missing from the scene.
I tell you get out of the car? Did I tell you get out of the car?
On a road that flows 12. Sales advising a white female on a blue sheet. Find them with a gun.
Your dad know my daughter's in your house?
Interestingly, Kovac was able to stop them right beside the friend's house, recalling that his daughter's laptop had also indicated her presence in this house. He decided to engage in a conversation with the mother.
Why is her computer there?
Why would your daughter be in my house?
I don't know. You know, so if I check and you're lying to me, you're going to jail.
You could check, and I'm not lying to you.
She's getting a ticket because she wasn't wearing her seatbelt, so that's going to cost you $20.
Then you know what? Get a warrant.
That's fine. I will.
The woman courteously offers Kovac permission to inspect her home, even though she's not legally required to do so. Kovac informs her that he intends to issue a $200 $200 ticket because her daughter was not wearing a seatbelt. This prompts the woman to withdraw her consent for the search. It's becoming increasingly evident that Kovac is prepared to misuse his authority to address his personal problems, leading the woman to voice her concerns.
See, you're making this
You're being
personal.
disorderly.
How am I being disorderly?
She wasn't wearing a
I
seatbelt.
was wearing my seatbelt. You're making this personal. You want to take my daughter because you think your daughter is in my
No,
house.
she wasn't
So
wearing a
whatever you
seatbelt.
call it, I'm going to call 911.
Grasping the situation, the girl's mother points out to Officer Kovac that his actions are both unprofessional and illegal. In a hasty attempt to stop the woman from alerting his fellow officers, he decides to let her daughter off without a ticket. However, he then stumbles upon an unforeseen revelation.
I didn't even see you. Get out of the car. Get in my car. Go ahead, you guys are good. Ma'am, they could go with you.
Throughout the entire incident, Caitlin, the officer's daughter, had been concealed inside Makai's car. She was clearly petrified of the potential actions her father might take against her and her friends. As it turns out, her fears were not baseless. He essentially abducts his own daughter by coercing her into his vehicle.
Get in my car. Goodbye.
You can't take me. I am 18. You have to give me a reason. By law, Eddie, why are you pushing me?
Caitlin! Knock it off!
You don't want me! I know! Why you can't do this? I'm an adult!
Get in the car. She's going to the hospital. She said she was going to kill herself, Marty.
No, I didn't! I did not!
In essence, Caitlin is being abducted. She hasn't violated any laws and is legally an adult, which means she has the freedom to associate with anyone she chooses. Despite this, he insists that she must accompany him to the hospital for a psychological evaluation. There's no need to underscore the extent to which Officer Kovac mishandled the entire situation. Internal Affairs has already done that for us. It was swiftly determined that Kirby acted unlawfully and irresponsibly throughout the entire interaction. Kovac was on the available unit list and was summoned to a domestic abuse case, but he failed to respond. Officer John Kovac was subsequently dismissed from the police department due to his unprofessional conduct. However, it's not only police officers who can be overprotective parents. Consider this incident from Vermont, where a 52-year-old father attempted to use an excavator to assault the officers arresting his child. And what you're witnessing is essentially a standoff between two individuals, each threatening the other with lethal weapons. The police officers are in a particularly challenging situation. They must maintain control over the detained suspect while simultaneously attempting to de-escalate the situation with his father, all in a potentially life-threatening scenario.
For all available units, I've got 343 and 254 in a 1010.
Regrettably, this is where the video concludes. However, you can discern the radio dispatcher alerting other officers to a 1010 at the address. A 1010 signifies an ongoing fight, and additional units are swiftly dispatched to assist the two officers in gaining control of the situation and detaining the entire family. The son was arrested on charges of burglary and assault, while the father was taken into custody and arrested. In both of these cases, who's far, a police officer's family member hasn't been directly arrested. However, the next case illustrates what transpires when a police officer must arrest his own daughter for a DUI.
You stopped because you're arrested for DUI.
On December 28th, 2022, a bystander noticed a white vehicle hitting a traffic light and then swiftly fleeing the scene. A piece of the vehicle's bumper was left behind on the road after the collision. Approximately 15 minutes post the call, the police found the suspect's vehicle at a gas station across the street. However, the driver turned out to be the least expected person.
Come back from Applebee's?
Yeah, I had a drink.
Okay. How old are you?
21. My dad is,
Listen, your bumper's in the road over there. Did you just hit that pole?
No, I promise I did not.
No?
The first thing that 21-year-old Teresa mentions is that her father is an officer with the local police department. She might be hoping that he would arrive and extricate her from the predicament. However, the officers at the scene are certain that the situation has escalated beyond that point.
You left Applebee's.
Yeah, I left Applebee's.
You cut through the plaza. You came out by Lowe's and Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Did you hit the traffic pole that's right there?
I did not hit the traffic pole. This part was hanging off already. I hit a deer in Pennsylvania because I go to school in...
Do you smoke marijuana recreationally?
No, I do not smoke marijuana universally.
The claim of universally smoking marijuana isn't the only aspect of her story that lacks coherence. She asserts that her bumper was already loose due to an accident in Pennsylvania, approximately 25 miles away, and it coincidentally fell off just as another car, identical to hers, hit a traffic light. However, Teresa has a potential solution that she hopes might extricate her from this predicament.
I hit a deer.
You see this?
I hit a deer before this. You can ask my dad.
This piece fell off at the traffic light that you hit. That you knocked over. 6-7. Do you have another unit out with you?
Can you call my dad? He's a sheriff's officer.
All right. Hang out.
In the span of just a few minutes, Teresa mentions her father more than 5 times, clearly hoping that he might be able to help her out of this predicament. However, before he can come to her aid, the police officers on the scene start to piece together the actual events and manage to extract at least some truth from Teresa.
Did you drive away because you're scared because you had maybe had one drink and you think you're drunk?
Yeah.
And you might get arrested, but you don't seem like you're drunk?
Yes.
So you want to just tell the truth?
Yes, I'm telling you the
So when after Applebee's, did you hit a traffic pole? You can't miss it. It lights up. It's red, green, and yellow.
I hit a curb.
You hit a traffic signal.
No, I hit a curb.
Yeah, you went up the curb. You hit the traffic signal. The traffic signal fell down, and you
I
left.
was texting. If you
Okay.
just call my dad, he would tell you.
Well,
He's a sheriff's officer,
here's the thing.
I promise
Your dad, the
you.
sheriff's officer, wasn't driving your vehicle today.
In this brief exchange, Teresa concedes that she collided with something, that she is more inebriated than they initially perceived, and that she was texting while driving. Each of these 3 driving infractions could potentially result in its own penalty. Now that the truth has surfaced, the detectives opt to converse with her father, John. However, it appears that he is not present to assist her.
Hey, John, how are you? So your daughter hit a traffic pole. Okay. Where's the damage on the car?
Okay, the damage on that car there, I think it was like the front right bumper.
John clarifies that Teresa had indeed collided with a deer earlier, resulting in damage to the front right bumper. However, the extent of this damage was significantly less severe than the current state of the car.
Can I come out? Are you guys out there?
That's up to you. I'll see if she wants you to come out. If she wants, you to drive her home.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Let me come out there and I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. Thank you.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
It appears that Teresa won't be receiving the rescue she was anticipating from her father. Merely 5 minutes later, he arrives at the scene to converse with the police officers.
What's up? So, what she's saying, like, and where the damage was, everything doesn't really make too much sense. So, tried to get some more information out of her, but and then that piece of bumper there. So, for the other one, was it just like the bumper wasn't hanging like that?
Yeah, no. So what it was is basically this was intact.
Okay.
This piece was missing, and the scratches here. That's all from her gear that she lost.
So right now, this is going to be my call. Okay. From now.
Okay, gotcha.
He's going to be providing more details.
Okay, who's your supervisor? Not that much, dude. I'm just asking.
The officers who initially arrived at the scene seemed to anticipate that John might attempt to justify his daughter's actions, and they became noticeably anxious when he inquired about their supervisor. While there are numerous instances of corruption where officers, particularly those in senior positions, leverage their authority to shield their family from repercussions, the officers soon understood that all John was trying to do was collect all the facts about the incident to make an impartial evaluation. This became apparent quickly as he checked his text messages from her in an effort to establish a sequence of events.
I just want to show you this so you can see it. You home 1039. What do you think time do you think that initial call came? Because she probably hit it and was like, Dad, what the fuck do I do?
Somewhere between 10:45 and 11.
That's about right.
And we're talking to her, she wasn't telling us what she said all.
I mean, lying to, she knows, but I'm a cop. She knows not to do that. Well, maybe she didn't even, do you think she, I'm not, I'm saying she didn't lie.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to be very clear about that. But she might not even look at the freaking car to see if there's any difference.
Despite John's readiness to assist the officers, the sergeant at the scene requests that he refrain from intervening to ensure the integrity of the investigation. Thus far, everything, with the exception of Teresa's behavior, has been exemplary and serves as a model of proper policing. The focus then shifts back to Teresa's earlier statements. She claimed to have had only one drink at Applebee's, but it's beginning to appear that she might be more intoxicated than initially thought. These suspicions were only confirmed following some field sobriety tests.
And everything that happened today, right? I don't think that you were okay to take the out here for motor vehicle.
Dad!
So,
Dad!
You got
Dad! Where's my dad?
Oh, your dad's right over here.
You stop with this shit, get in the car, you're arrested for DUI. Go ahead,
have a seat.
After being compelled into the police vehicle by her own father, Teresa was transported to the police station where her blood alcohol level was tested. The result came back as 0.17%, which is more than double the legal limit. As of the time of this report, Teresa is still awaiting her penalty, but has been served a court summons for driving under the influence, reckless driving, and failure to report a car accident. Teresa's father adhered to the protocol flawlessly. However, what happens when it's not the father who is summoned to handle his daughter, but rather the daughter who calls the police on her own father? This exact scenario unfolded on March 24th, 2023, when officers responded to a domestic violence call that turned out to be far from what they anticipated.
Oh. Can you put the dog in a room for me? Alright, who called?
Me.
You did?
Yeah, sure did.
Alright, what's going on?
The woman who greets the police at the door reveals that she had a dispute with her father, during which he threatened to hit her. She expresses a desire for her parents to hear her out and acknowledge the problems from her upbringing. The officer on the scene quickly recognizes that he's in for a challenging situation.
When did he threaten to punch you?
Well, treat me the way he treated me.
Hey! Are you talking to me or are you talking to them?
No, I'm not talking. I'm talking to her, making faces
What
at
I'm
me.
saying though is you need to be talking to me.
I've never once called the cops on someone before, and this first time, and he deserves it.
Okay, well he's gonna go talk to him
No,
separate.
not about me.
Okay, then do you want us to conduct an investigation or not?
During this time, the police officers escort her father into a separate room. He explains that his daughter had been yelling at him throughout the day. It appears she was attributing her own decisions to him and his wife, and he was growing weary of the issues she was creating for them. Despite the volatile nature of the situation, things remained calm. That is until the officers discovered a marijuana pipe in the daughter's bag.
But you have a pipe in there that's commonly used to smoke
Why
marijuana.
don't you take this?
As well as the wrapping papers, so...
Well, it's not your purse. You don't have the right
it's
to
called
get in it.
plain view.
Go the way.
Plain view. Turn around.
Blah, blah, blah.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
I was trying to...
Turn around, put your hands behind
your
your... You're going to be under arrest for obstructing if you do not comply. Stand up.
Stop me, you prick. Ow, it's my kidney. Oh, that's fine. No. Get on my back, get on my back.
Give me your hands. Stop resisting.
No decision.
Simple.
He started threatening me, punching me, and I thought I had to call you guys for it.
Okay.
During the commotion, the woman deliberately kicked one of the officers and resisted arrest. The police also conducted a search of her bag, uncovering a variety of intoxicants and illicit drugs. Consequently, they read her rights and escorted her to the patrol vehicle. However, back inside the house, the situation was becoming increasingly bizarre. The officer heard a noise emanating from the bathroom and decided to delve deeper into the matter.
It happened back there. Something fell down back there.
Probably Christine in the bathroom.
Who's Christine?
A friend of Janet's.
Is she allowed to be here?
Yeah,
It's kind of odd that she stayed in the bathroom the whole time. She have warrants?
I don't know.
Hey, Christine! I need you to come out here for a sec.
As expected, the enigmatic woman who was hiding from the police in the bedroom turned out to have outstanding warrants for her arrest and was subsequently handcuffed. The woman's parents explained that their daughter has been dealing with serious issues for a long time and has significant trauma from her past. They informed the police that she is currently undergoing therapy, which might have brought these issues to the forefront of her mind and trigger aggressive behavior towards them. However, they did not disclose the specifics of these issues. Nevertheless, the woman was charged with possession of illegal drugs and resisting arrest. The parents were not charged with anything, implying that their daughter's call had entirely backfired on her. From what we can gather, it appears that the parents were largely in the right in this situation and had simply been dealt a difficult hand. The situation is entirely different for Bruce Adams, a father who had to take matters into his own hands when his son was arrested by misusing his authority as a county commissioner.
Tell me who I called to find out why he's in jail. You want me to sue the son of a county sheriff?
In November 2020, Kenneth Adams was stopped for disregarding a stop sign. However, it soon became apparent that Kenneth was in far greater trouble than he initially thought.
How's it going?
Good. What did I do wrong?
Good. So the reason I stopped you didn't come to complete the stop sign?
I did.
And then you didn't have your turn signal on?
I sure did.
Okay.
I know for a fact I had my turn signal on.
Okay.
That's why I was surprised you were pulling me over, but whatever.
The officer proceeded to take Kenneth's license and run it through the system. It was then that he discovered Kenneth had an outstanding warrant for burglary and vehicle theft. Suddenly, Kenneth became defensive and refused to step out of the car.
Can I get you to step out of the vehicle with me?
What are you doing? No. What's going on? Seriously, what's going on?
You have a warrant.
How do I have a warrant?
I don't know how you have a warrant, but it's on our system right now. You have an active warrant out of 7th District Court here in San Juan.
I've gone to... No, that's incorrect.
Okay. Well, it's on our system right now.
Well,
I'm not going to argue with you about it. You're going to go to jail tonight on that warrant, okay?
No, I'm not. Dude, this is absurd.
Mr. Adams, you do have an active warrant for your arrest.
And who issued the warrant, though?
The court's have it issued.
For what, though? Because I've gone to court for everything. There should not be an active warrant for me anywhere, dude.
Kenneth asserts that he has already appeared in court for his past offenses, yet the warrant for his arrest remains active. In most minor cases, the suspect is responsible for submitting documents that verify their court attendance and completion of any court-ordered classes. Without these documents, the court cannot confirm their participation. Therefore, when Kenneth neglected to submit his documents, the warrant stayed active, leaving the police with no means to verify his court attendance.
Issued October 13th.
For what?
It has some felony charges, burglary charges.
Dude, I've been to court for that. No, I've been to court for that.
You want to know the charges?
Yeah, I do.
So it has 2 burglary charges listed, a theft charge, mischief.
That's on my old case.
3 charges of burglary of a vehicle, and criminal trespass.
Yeah, why is that floating up now?
Kenneth was transported to the station, and that's when his father, Bruce Adams, arrived. As it turns out, Bruce is the county commissioner for the local area, which could be seen as a fortunate circumstance for Kenneth. Upon his arrival at the scene, Bruce immediately demanded an explanation and began to exhibit indications of corruption.
Where's Kenneth?
He's in jail. They took him.
You already took him to jail?
They took him to jail, and I stayed here with the car.
Why?
For a warrant.
Who do I call to find out?
To find out the warrant?
You're a police officer. Tell me who I called to find out why he's in jail.
I gotta be careful with this stuff, Bruce. You understand that? Okay. That's the warrant. Okay, so it says warrant status active, offense burglary, burglary, theft, criminal mischief, burglary of a vehicle, burglary of a vehicle, burglary
He's
of a vehicle.
already been to court over that.
It's, you saw the warrant right there. I showed you a warrant.
He's been charged with that, and he has a plea in abeyance on all of it.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to turn him loose.
I can't turn him loose, Bruce.
Who can?
Nobody can. He's been arrested for a warrant. The courts can.
And the warrant's false.
Huh? The warrant's not false.
You want me to sue the son of a county sheriff because he arrested my kid on a false warrant?
The warrant's right there.
Bruce is clearly attempting to misuse his authority to sway the commissioner in order to protect his son from legal consequences. Fortunately, this officer remains firm and resists yielding. In the end, Kenneth was freed from jail, the warrant was rescinded, and Bruce faced no additional repercussions.